Kitty Foiled is a 1948 Tom and Jerry cartoon directed by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. And in this one, Jerry has got a new friend in the form of this little canary. And what's really interesting is how this canary is animated, because obviously the Warner Brothers character Twitty is a canary as well. And it's just really interesting to see the strong differences in the way that these two canaries are being animated. Especially when, animators from both MGM and Warner Brothers at one point may have worked for either studio. It's a minor point that doesn't hinder my enjoyment of this, or indeed enhance it really, but it's just something that I thought was particularly fascinating. Kind of different animation styles. But I really like the way this little canary is animated. He definitely looks fluffier and featherier compared to Tweety. And of course, this little canary becomes a friend of Jerry's, and together they work against Tom. Is Tom enough to defeat a mouse and a bird, or will they overthrow him? I'm not going to say any more than that, because I don't want to spoil the rest of this 8-minute cartoon. But I really enjoyed the concept. It's not the only time when there's another character working alongside Jerry, nor is it the only time when there's a bird working alongside Jerry. But I thought the execution was very effective. It felt quite fresh. It was set mostly indoors, whereas the bird-based ones are usually set outside for very obvious reasons. So I thought it was good fun. And the little bird was very likable. He wasn't obnoxious and annoying and whingy, which a lot of the bird-based characters that Jerry meets, they can be. But actually, this little canary I liked quite a lot. And I liked the way it interacted with Jerry. I liked the way it interacted with Tom. We had a good mix of situations. There wasn't anything that stood out to me as being, particularly funny or particularly adorable. It was just an overall feeling of enjoyment, which is good. Certain cartoons, yes, you can highlight exactly why you liked it, or you can pinpoint, certain moments that made you go, wow, that was a pretty good bit of animation. With this one, for me personally, there wasn't anything that struck me as being of note. But in general, I did think that Kitty Foiled was very enjoyable. I can't the sound effects and anything didn't stick out to me, which means that it wasn't bad. There wasn't anything in particular again that stood out to me as being particularly phenomenal, but nevertheless I enjoyed it. If you are a fan of Tom and Jerry and you haven't seen this, or you don't remember seeing it, certainly I may have seen it when I was growing up, but I can't remember it. I couldn't remember it. It didn't come back to me. But if you haven't seen it or you don't remember it, I'd say Kitty Foiled is definitely one that's worth checking out.